How to think like an entrepreneur. In this session, my name is Ed J.C. Smith. You're going to learn how to think like an entrepreneur so that you can be more, so you can create more, so you can live life on your terms. If that's what you want, then this is for you. I'll see you on the other side. Thinking like an entrepreneur is a skill set, and a skill set that can be expanded, because there's a way of thinking like an entrepreneur. There's also a way of job thinking, and there's nothing wrong with that, because a lot of people are in transition of, in their job, but want to be more entrepreneurial. So what can we take from the great entrepreneurs? What can I give you? I've started 49 different businesses to date, and lots of them failed. One of my businesses turns over 7 figures now, but it was tough. It wasn't easy. And starting is easy. It's staying in business which is difficult today. So I believe determination and commitment is always going to be up there. You've got to have a determination and a commitment level. And I always say, rate your level so you know where you are, and then go and get honest feedback and say, to people that know you, really, truly, how committed do you think I am? And get that feedback on so that you can do something about it if you're not as far as you want to be. That's everything. That's awareness, right? That's awareness to a whole different level, because we can all say, hey, I'm really committed, but when it comes down to it, do you have the results? An entrepreneur, second, focuses on results. And the way that they do that is by taking themselves accountable. You can see this in any business autobiography, whether it's Zuckerberg, whether it's Steve Jobs, whether it's Branson, whether it's Mary Barra, whether it's Oprah Winfrey. All of them have a way of saying, I don't have the result, therefore, what can I do about it? If you don't have the result, you say to yourself, why don't I have the result? What else can I do about it? Because this goes into my Billionaire Thinking, which is a much, much deeper program. If you do want to come and join my membership, there is a link up here, and you can join there, or you click a link down here. It'll be in the bio too. And if you want to join my memberships, we've got a couple of spaces that I'm giving away for free. It is normally $497, and there's loads of deeper content in there as you go along your journey, and there's some free event tickets there too. Now the reality is a billionaire thinking, because I first met my first billionaire when I was 27, and his name was Sergey Gordev. He ran a steel importing company, and I was hired to help him be more effective in his business and help him personally. And the reality is that billionaires think differently to a millionaire, and a millionaire thinks differently to someone that earns 500,000, to 250,000, to 100,000. And I said one of the main reasons is this thinking of taking responsibility to blaming. So what I call being a champion mindset, a winner, someone that continues to drive forward versus a victim. And when you think of a victim status, I'm sure you've got some friends that blame every single thing on an external factor beyond themselves. Like they don't have the time, they don't have the money, they don't have the resource, they don't have this or that. But as soon as you start taking responsibility and say, I don't have the result, how can I get the result? How can I move forward to get the result? How can I become more resourceful? Because it's resourcefulness which is the key. So I think, how else to think like an entrepreneur today? You have to be quick, you have to be fast, you have to have an innovation mindset. You have to be wanting to be the first to the scenario, because if you're not fast today, then someone else will do it before you. And so a true entrepreneur, an innovator, moves forward and puts the idea out there even though it's not ready yet. If you are someone that wants to be perfect, you have to accept imperfections and move an idea further forward. Otherwise, it's never going to move forward. You have to have a resilience to accept rejection, because as soon as you put your website up, as soon as you get your business cards up, someone will say they don't like it. Someone will say they don't like your message. I think also more important, you need to be different. You need to not want to attract everyone. That's one of the biggest failures. I remember when I was at about 27, 2006, 2007, I especially wanted to do consultancy, and I was just trying to get every single pitch. So you've got a niche, you've got to be different, you've got to be proactive, you've got to be fast, you've got to be willing to commit to a higher level, you've got to be able to take yourself as responsible and stop blaming other situations, and continually to drive forward, and then go with patience and the long distance plan, because it's the long distance that will make the difference between whether you make it or not. Because most people give up because there's a lag time period to achieving something, and sometimes they just don't do enough of it. Think about this, right? When people say, I want to lose weight, and they're starting eating healthy, but they've eaten unhealthy for 40 years. It takes time to take that balance over. When people start their business, they normally come from very scarce resource and they have to go to the other side, and that takes time. So people underestimate what they can do in the long period and overcommit in a short period, and thus get disappointed, thus get frustrated, and then thus give up. So that's my quick summary on how to think like an entrepreneur. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, like below, comment below, and if you want to join my membership, click on the link here. I've got some free spaces. It normally costs $4.97. There's some free resources there, and also there's some free live event tickets there. They also retail at $197. Now I'm giving a whole package away. So click the link. I look forward to spending more time with you. As always, be good, be great, learn to be outstanding so you stand out from the rest. Be exceptional in everything you do. And as always, let us go forth together. I'll see you soon.